Hello yoga friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and this is the 31-day yoga challenge where we do 20 minutes of yoga a day for 31 days. Today is day 11 and today's theme is to engage. So we'll not only be engaging different parts of our body, but we'll also be focusing on engaging our mind in the present moment, in our intention that we set at the beginning of class, and in our breath work throughout our practice. We won't be needing any props today, and as always there is a playlist linked down below in case you'd like to listen to some tunes while you practice. So without further ado, let's get started here in Sukhasana, easy pose. Coming to a comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and relaxed. Floating the palms face down on the knees for some grounding energy, or maybe palms towards the sky to harness some energy from the universe. Fluttering the eyes closed or taking a soft gaze. And finding your even breath in and out through the nostrils, deep into the belly, and coming into the present moment. We'll begin our practice by setting an intention. Anything that comes to mind is wonderful. And if nothing comes to mind, you can always use this one. Today I choose to engage only in thoughts, words, and actions of a positive nature. Today I choose to engage only in thoughts, words, and actions of a positive nature. And whatever intention you chose for yourself today, begin to inhale that beautiful energy from that intention in through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth, sigh, exhale out anything extra that you may have brought onto your mat today. Let's take that one more time, inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth, sigh, exhale out anything extra. Coming back to your even breath and knowing you can always return to your intention throughout practice and perhaps throughout the rest of your day today. Next inhale, let's flutter those eyes open and bring the arms out to a T. Exhale, twist to the right, maybe bringing that left hand onto that right knee. Option to gaze over the right shoulder. 2 rounds of breath. And next inhale, come back to center, arms to a T, and exhale, twist to the left, maybe bringing that right hand to the left knee. Option to gaze over that left shoulder, and that left palm will just be right behind that hip. And next inhale, let's come back to center, arms to a T, and find our way all the way down onto our bellies here. Bringing our foreheads to the mat, palms directly underneath the shoulders, elbows back by the sides. We're going to inhale, press up to baby cobra, just lifting the head and the chest just off the mat here. And then exhale, back down to the mat. We'll take that a few more times, inhaling back up to baby cobra. Now option to hover the palms off the mat, really engaging those muscles in the lower back as well as the abdominals. We'll stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. And next exhale, lower everything down to the mat. And one last time, let's inhale, baby cobra, option to hover those palms. And then next exhale, lower everything down to the mat. Inhaling, let's press back into a tabletop here. Making sure our knees are directly under hips, wrists directly under shoulders. We're going to do a few wrist stretches here by turning our palms so that our fingertips are towards our knees here. And then option to very gently Sit back toward your heels, not allowing your palms to come off the mat. You should feel an opening, a sensation on the undersides of your wrists. Being very gentle here, just going to where you begin to feel sensation. We'll stay here for one more round of breath. And then very gently come back to that tabletop and just flip those wrists, flip those hands so that the fingertips are once more pointed towards the front of the mat. Let's go ahead and sit back on our heels, maybe taking a few wrist circles. And then from here, we're going to flip over our hands so that the backs of our hands are on the mat, fingertips still facing towards those knees, stretching through the backs of the wrists here. You might want to move them out a little bit and then begin to slightly bend the elbows here. You might not actually bend the elbow, but that sensation of bending the elbow will create that openness in the backs of the wrists. And one more round of breath here, being extra gentle, and then releasing those wrists, releasing the hands, and taking maybe a few slow wrist circles. And then from here, we're going to flex both feet and sit back on the heels for fire feet. This is a beautiful stretch for the arches. It's often a forgotten place in the body to make sure we open and pay attention to. Our feet carry us around all day long, so we should take a little moment to be grateful for them. We'll stay here for 2 more rounds of breath, knowing you can always come out of this posture if it just becomes too much. And then from here, on your next inhale, let's go back into your tabletop, just fluttering the feet. And then coming into a neutral tabletop, let's drop that belly. Inhale, look up to the sky for cow pose. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine for cat. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, looking up to the sky. And exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine. Inhale, back to tabletop. Let's flex both feet. Maybe walk the palms forward slightly and then press the hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling through the feet or generously bending the knees, making sure the feet are hip width distance or wider, shoulders down and back, neck nice and released, eyes of the elbows pointed towards the front of the mat, and all 10 fingers spread wide. We'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, let's rise up to the balls of the feet and step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up the spine 1 vertebrae at a time all the way to Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's bring those arms overhead when we get there. And then binding the fingers, let's bring those palms towards the ceiling here for palm tree pose. So next exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, bending over towards the right, really activating that left side body here. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge over to the left, activating that right side body. Inhale, back to center. Let's do that one more time, exhaling over to the right. back up. Exhaling over to the left. And inhale, come back up to standing. From here on our next exhale, we're going to release those hands and swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shoulders down and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back. Flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, let's inhale that right leg up to the sky for a 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose, activating those abdominals. Inhale, back to 3-legged dog. And exhale that right foot between the palms at the front of the mat. As you spin that left heel down, inhaling arms overhead for warrior 1. And exhale, open to warrior 2. Flipping the right palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. 2 rounds of breath here. And next, inhale, come back to warrior 2. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh, left arm overhead, extended side angle. 2 rounds of breath. Option to gaze towards the sky here. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Let's flip that right palm towards the sky, reach towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior 2. From here, we're going to straighten through the right leg, sending the hips slightly backwards and bringing those arms back up into that palm tree position. We're going to exhale, lower the torso towards the front of the mat for floating triangle. 1 more round of breath here. Really activating those obliques. And inhale, back up to center. Let's move back into that warrior 2. Beautiful work. Inhaling here. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step the foot back, flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, let's inhale that left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. And exhale, left foot between the palms at the front of the mat. Spin that right heel down. And inhale, arms overhead for warrior 1. Exhale, opening to warrior 2. Flipping the left palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh, right arm overhead, extended side angle. 2 rounds of breath. And inhale, back to warrior 2. Let's flip that left palm towards the sky, reach towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior 2, straightening through that left leg, sending the hips slightly back, bringing arms overhead, and exhale, that torso towards the front of the mat for floating triangle, making sure that right shoulder remains open. And next inhale, come back up to center, and exhale into that warrior 2, staying for the inhale here. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step the left foot back, flow as you so choose, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. And on your next exhale, we're gonna lower onto the forearms here for dolphin pose. Really keeping those abdominals activated here. Your heels will lift off the mat a little bit, that's okay. An option to stay here in your dolphin or go to one leg dolphin by extending that right leg up in the air. We'll stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Next, exhale, lower that right leg back down into dolphin. And then option to inhale that left leg up in the air. Next exhale, lower that left foot back down to the earth. And we'll stay in our dolphin for 2 more rounds of breath. And on your next exhale, gently lower both shins onto the mat and sitting back into a beautiful child's pose. Maybe keeping those arms stretched out in front of you. Just releasing what we just did. Finding your even breath once more. Taking a nice little break for yourself. And then from here on your next inhale, we're going to find high plank or low plank if you want to. Keep your knees on the mat. Making sure that wrists are directly under shoulders here. We're going to stay here for 3 more rounds of breath, really activating through that core. And next, exhale, very slowly, lower all the way down to the earth. Beautiful work. Inhale, let's press back and find our way all the way onto our backs. And we'll bend our knees, placing the soles of the feet on the ground. Let's inhale that right leg up in the air and exhale. Cross that right leg over the left as if you're sitting in a chair, bringing your arms out to a T. And exhale those legs over to the left for a supine twist. Keeping that right shoulder on the earth, gazing over those right fingertips. Once again, coming back to that even breath, letting go of our practice, and just coming to the present moment. And next inhale, we'll bring those legs back up to center, uncross the right, and then inhale that left leg up and cross it over the right leg. And then exhale both legs over to the right for a supine twist on the opposite side, making sure that left shoulder remains in contact with the earth, and option to gaze over the left fingertips. Stay here for about 2 more rounds of breath. And next, inhale, bringing those legs back up to center. Let's uncross that left leg. And inhale, both knees into the chest. Option to grab onto the outer edges of the feet, coming in to happy baby. Opening up those hips. Maybe rocking from side to side or straightening one leg and then the other. Or just breathing in stillness here for 2 more rounds of breath. And then in your next few rounds of breath, gently moving into your Shavasana for the day. Maybe taking a traditional Shavasana by allowing the legs to straighten. Maybe tucking a bolster or pillow underneath those legs, or covering up with a blanket. Adjusting the arms where they feel comfortable, maybe out to the sides, or hands resting in the belly or heart. And adjusting any clothing or hair that might be distracting, allowing the eyes to flutter closed. And coming back to your even breath, scanning the body for any tension we can exhale. And allow yourself to stop being a human doing and just be a human being. I will let you know when it's time to come out of your Shavasana, but for now, simply rest. And you are welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to close out class with me, begin to bring awareness back to your breath. Waking the body up by wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe rolling through the wrists and ankles. Windshield wipering the feet or knees from side to side, finding any organic movement to wake the body up here. And then gently finding your way onto one side of the body in a fetal position. Using your bottom arm as a pillow, keeping your knees bent. On your next inhale, let's gently press up into Sukhasana, easy pose, maybe keeping the eyes closed or in a soft gaze. We'll bring hands to heart center. I want to thank you for coming to practice with me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon on your mat. We'll close our class with the sound of Om, inhaling through the nose deep into the belly. Om. And bringing thumbs to third eye. May the light and love in me recognize and honor the light and love in you. Namaste.